Good evening, everyone. My name is Samuel Sharp. I'm the president of the California High School Transit Alliance. It is 8:37 p.m. on May 23rd, 2025, and we are calling this meeting of the California High School Transit Alliance board to order. I would like to invite Ben from the Carlmont Transportation Club to roll call, and I'm sure all of our members are here.
Okay, through the chair, I'm going to call roll. Let me pull up the list of people. Okay, so Samuel Sharp,
Present.
David Rabinovich,
Present.
Harvey Chang,
Present.
Enzo Wu.
He'll be joining later.
Okay, Dane Colbreth.
Present.
Okay, and Damon Fico, I am here. So everybody except for Enzo is here.
All right, thank you very much. I'd like to briefly address our public comments received and our policy regarding public comments. We received a single on-topic public comment. As a reminder, we reserve the right to remove comments that are we do make an effort to read and review all public comments, but we reserve the right to remove those that are directly harassing of our team, and we unfortunately did have to do that. Please be respectful in your public comments. We are high school students. We are trying to do the best things for our communities. Please keep them on topic and related to the issues that we're discussing. I'm going to read the first public comment that we have received. These are not my views. These are not the views of the Alliance. This is public commenter Mark Chang. Hello, my name is Mark Chang. I am part of SFMTA YTAB and represent all San Francisco youth in front of the board of directors. I would like to public comment that the fact that I can public comment in the first place is stupid. Public agencies are inherently bogged down by bureaucracy, and if you want to actually create public change in the world, you have to act fast with efficiency and reason. Allowing processes to stand in the way of progress is what has led to budget deficits at transit agencies across the country. Consider leading through informality and expanding through processes that connect with the demographic you intend to connect with. This feels like some cosplay type thing. I feel like I can respond to that. Does anyone else want to take a stab at it?
Yeah, I will after you.
Okay. I think that is absolutely fair, and I think because of our unique position as a coordinating agency where we have to deal with so many clubs, each with their own leadership structure, it is beneficial for us to have some kind of overarching leadership team that can say this is the general goals and direction of what California high school students want. And so I think to have people running that are duly elected and come from a variety of communities across the state is essential to our mission. Of course, we do want to remain an agile organization. We're constantly looking to improve our board policies and make sure that we are an open organization, and we're an organization where every student feels comfortable. But I think at some level you do have to have some people who can kind of set direction when you're dealing with coordinating so many individual organizations. Dane?
Yeah, so it's understandable. However, I do think having public comment as an organization is important if we want to grow big because we can build trust on that. And we don't have to have public comment during every meeting, but we can have general meetings like once or twice a month that people can come and give public comment to so they can reach the board with information or suggestions if they really, really want to. But I do think like general decision making, all that type of stuff doesn't need to be done through a bureaucratic process, but that's not necessarily what we're doing anyway.
Mm-hmm. And I think I would like to note for Mark that the public comment is meant to be a roundabout to the bureaucracy. The public comment is meant to give people a direct voice and a direct channel to talk to the people in charge here that normally only members of affiliated clubs would get through Discord. That is the only public comment we have received. Do any other members of the board wish to comment on that? Hearing no comments, we will continue on the agenda. Next slide, please. Okay, so the next item is we would like to commemorate on behalf of the Alliance Asian Pacific Islander American Heritage Month and Jewish American Heritage Month, and recognizing that a large number of youth transit riders across our state identify as members of the Asian American Pacific Islander and Jewish American communities, and that as a statewide advocacy organization, our goal is to ensure that all students are able to fully engage in work, play in their communities, and that transit holds a vital role in connecting people to their communities. And I specifically want to point to the artwork on the left here. This is the Pronto card design from here in San Diego, celebrating Asian Pacific American Heritage Month. It was designed by local artist Koi Sun, and it's meant to represent the ability of the bus and trolley to connect people to their communities, in this case to San Diego's diverse and very well regarded Asian food and shopping scene. Moving on. Oh, great. More talking for me. More talking for me. So we would like to give a brief end-of-year report on behalf of the Alliance regarding our current business, where we see ourselves, and why we see the importance of this organization. Just kind of who we are, what are we trying to do for those who are unaware. Next slide, please. So underpinning the California High School Transit Alliance is the idea that we believe robust student transportation can act as an economic engine, as a creator of opportunities, and as a provider of independence. When you look at the needs that students, particularly high school students, most of which are unable or unwilling to drive, have, they need to be able to get to school and continue their education, find and participate in stable employment should they need to, have opportunities to engage with their communities and with people around them, and be able to feel independent and kind of go out and explore their region. And we feel that robust student transportation options and programs that are explicitly intended to get students riding transit is incredibly valuable for this, and we got numbers to prove it. Within the first year of launching the Sandag Youth Opportunity Pass, which is the free transit for youth program here in San Diego, over 11 million youth transit trips were taken. And when Metrolink hosted a pilot of free student trips, the Student Adventure Pass, 53% of users said they used it in addition to commuting to school if they were to commute to work, and 64%, so around 2/3 of riders, said they were using it to visit friends or family or have fun. And so when transit is accessible to students, we feel communities really thrive, and it's a lot stronger. It's a lot more than just you can get to school or back, or get to work or back for free. We want to advocate for a transit system where students can get anywhere they want to go quickly, safely, and reliably. Next slide, please. Unfortunately, transit agencies across California are facing significant budget gaps currently, necessitating the cutting of service, as well as popular programs like Student Adventure Pass. Student Adventure Pass was made possible by a state grant, in part by a state grant from the California Air Resources Board, and unfortunately it seems the Metrolink Board has chosen to option out of that program and to end it. It partially, I believe, to that grant funding drying up. And so we believe the second key thing we believe is that investment and advocacy are key to avoid a transit death spiral where service goes down, so ridership goes down, so service goes down, so ridership goes down. And we believe this is especially glaring with youth riders because when we focus our efforts on only providing lifeline service, on, for example, only providing dedicated school trippers that run on school days to school in the morning, away in the afternoon, we take away the opportunities for students to really explore their region using transit and be comfortable with it as a viable primary option. Next slide, please. So regarding the California High School Transit Alliance organization itself, it was founded in October 2024 by David and I with two clubs at San Diego High School and San Mateo High School. We now have representatives, I'm proud to say, from 9 clubs across the state in the San Diego, Los Angeles, and Bay Area metropolitan areas, as well as several prospective club founders. We recently signed on to a coalition letter being spearheaded by the Trans Bay Coalition and Move California, but with dozens of other organizations, environmental organizations, social justice organizations, transportation organizations, requesting $2 billion in aid and future investment to bolster California's transit agencies in the governor's budget. We've also been holding meetings with various advocacy organizations such as Trans Bay to help establish a student advocacy hub for our different clubs and create a platform where we can focus on sharing messages and reaching out directly to students to show them the value of transit and riding transit. And we're also piloting several boots on the ground programs, such as at San Diego High School, a student rider's guide and some wayfinding silent pilots to assist students who are new to transportation. Because if you're working at citywide scale with the transportation system, you have to deal with every stop from Broadway and First Avenue to Great Southern Overland Stage Route of 1849 and Horse Camp C, which is a real MTS bus stop name. You can look that up. And so when you're dealing with such a massive scale of a city or a region where you have thousands of bus stops, it can be hard for a student at a particular school in a particular neighborhood to say, well, how do I start riding the bus? What does this number mean? Where will it take me? And so we feel having people that are really able to help with that and that we can be the people to help with that is very valuable. And going hand in hand with that, we're evaluating the feasibility of a student transit ambassador program where we'd work with a group like TransBay to provide targeted training for either advocacy or customer service or a combination of the two, and then work to provide those services directly to students through our member clubs. Next slide, please. We brought in from San Diego High some examples of what that writer's guide or wayfinding could look like, focusing on school and school adjacent destinations. Rather simple visual aid. Promise, it's almost done. Next slide. And so I feel like the key way to put all of these commitments together is we want to work towards transit improvements that work for all students. The goal of the California High School Transit Alliance as an organization is to bring together diverse students from across California who are passionate about transportation, mobility, improving their communities, and give them the tools that are required to support their communities. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to David to talk about elections and why. Oh, I forgot I put in the big text meaning slide. And so we really believe that by doing this, we can bolster not just the story of transit in California, but of California itself, because our communities are so deeply tied to and built off of the transportation infrastructure that keeps people moving through them, and students are a vital group of that. So now I'm going to hand it off to David to talk about our board elections for next year.
All right. Thank you. So we actually have an image here, which I think is really fitting. In the image, you can see workers laying tracks, working on tracks, the same way we're laying foundations for our new board, uh, which in turn lays foundations for CalHSTA. Um, shoot. The way the elections worked is we started off by having an interest form for Alliance members to fill out. The interest form had details such as name, school club, and which role on the board members would be interested in. Following that form, the plan would have been to hold elections, but there were no conflicts, so we were able to proceed without elections. So for the next year, we have as president me. We have as vice president Ben. For secretary, we have Enzo, and we have two board members at large, Harvey and Dane. Um, so now we are supposed to do the swearing in part, but Enzo is running a little late, so
I think we can recap the duties of each officer position if you think that would be valuable, David.
so the duties of the president, I'm just gonna bring up the constitution so that
I have it if you want me to rattle them off.
I have everything
Okay.
here. I will just read off the Constitution. So, Article 4, Officers and Meetings. So, Section 1, the officers of the Alliance shall consist of the following: President, Secretary, Vice President, and 2 board members at large. Section 2, all officers shall have the duty to participate in Alliance general meetings and board meetings. The following actions must be approved by at least 3 members of the full board. Um, We have affiliating a club with the Alliance, which is also described in Article 3, Section 3. We have removing a club from the Alliance, amending the policy platform of the Alliance, and amending this document, which is the CalHSTA Constitution. Section 3, the Alliance President shall have the following duties: to preside over general and board meetings of the Alliance, to set the direction and policy platform of the Alliance, to oversee implementation of actions that require a majority vote of the board. Um, Section 4, the Alliance Secretary shall have the following duties: to maintain accurate minutes of the general and board meetings of the Alliance, to prepare and distribute agenda packets for each meeting, to maintain the list of clubs affiliated with CalHSTA, to handle correspondence with Alliance representatives, to maintain the external correspondence of the Alliance, including inquiries from non-affiliated clubs, professional journalists, and agency staff, to prepare and issue press releases and media advisories, and to maintain the Alliance website, social media, and Discord server. In addition, it's not listed in the Constitution, but I do want to note that uh, the secretary would also do the roll call like Ben did for us today. Um, For Section 5, the Alliance Vice President and board members at large shall have no additional duties except to support the Alliance uh, President and vote on items that require a majority vote of the board. In case the Alliance President is unable to carry out their duties, the Alliance Vice President shall presume the President's responsibilities. Um, I'm not sure where exactly it is in the Constitution, but the Alliance Vice President also handles the public information stuff like the social media.
I believe the secretary would handle that actually.
All right.
As per Article 4, Section 4, the secretary's responsibilities include to maintain the Alliance website, social media, and Discord server.
All right. Section 6, the Alliance board meetings shall be held at least monthly at a time to be determined by the current Alliance president. And Section 7, each club's Alliance representative shall provide a brief written report to the Alliance secretary for each regular session board meeting detailing the activities of that club. Section 8, board meeting agenda package shall contain all written reports from members and shall be provided as PDF files via the Alliance Discord server, which is seen in Article 5, which is about the Discord server. Section 9, the Alliance president shall have the sole power to appoint staff advisors. We're going to loop back to that on item 7. Section 10 and Section 11, we're also going to loop back to those on item 7, so I'll leave those out. Enzo still hasn't joined, so
Do you want to loop to item 7 and then return to the...
I believe I would need to be sworn in first.
Okay, do we want to just start doing the swearing-ins?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I don't think we necessarily need Enzo present because we can get a 3 out of 5 majority for item 7 if necessary, or if that is willing, prior to swearing Enzo in.
All right.
David,
so
do you wish to begin?
Sure.
Okay.
I, David Rabinovich, promise to uphold the Constitution of the California High School Transit Alliance and support the goals of California's youth transit riders.
Ben?
Next up, we have Ben.
Okay. I, Ben Midge-Pico, promise to uphold the Constitution of the California High School Transit Alliance and support the goals of California's youth transit riders.
Next up, should be Enzo, who is still not present. So,
Harvey?
Dane or Harvey.
Okay. I, Harvey Chang, promise to uphold the Constitution of the California High School Transit Alliance and support the goals of California's youth transit riders.
And then Dane.
I, Dane Colbreth, promise to uphold the Constitution of the California High School Transit Alliance and support the goals of California's youth transit riders.
Enzo still hasn't joined, so we'll continue on to item number 7 and uh, loop back to item number 6 for his swearing in when he does join.
I do
Uh,
I do just want to say congratulations to everyone. I have definitely not always been this sure about the future of this organization. When we started, it was very much like how maybe our two clubs should just work together, and we started bringing more in. And at a point, we were like, are we ever going to be able to actually keep this thing going? And so, congratulations to all of you. And congratulations to President of the California High School Transit Alliance, David Brinovich.
okay, so item number 7, advisors. So the current, or I guess at this point, past board members not eligible for Alliance membership next year is Samuel, who is now our former board president. So we have the recommendation for a motion to resolve for Samuel Sharp to stay on an official capacity as board advisor for the 2025-2026 school year. So per the Constitution, motion will be brought to the 2025-2026 president, which is me. I can choose to approve or deny that motion. And if I choose to approve that motion, it will be revisited annually at the May board meeting for 2026, which is when we'll have our 2026-2027 board. So we do not have any public comment or emails opposing.
Do any board members wish to comment on this matter?
I'd just like to clarify, what is a board advisor?
As per section Article 4, Section 9, the Alliance President shall have the sole power to appoint staff advisors. We're using staff advisors and board advisors interchangeably, correct, David?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That is a typo. That should read staff advisors then on the slideshow. It is per Article 4, Section 10 of the or Article 4, Section 9 of the Constitution.
And then Article 4, Section 10 and 11 also have to do with that. Section 10, staff advisors need not be past members of the board. Section 11, staff advisors will not have a vote on the board but may participate in conversations in the Discord server described in Article 4 and may give informational presentations at board meetings. While they do not have a vote on the board, they may act, I believe, as a tiebreaker, though that
No, we
is
have not enumerated that in the Constitution.
yeah. Formerly, we had 6 board members, which would mean we may have needed a tiebreaker. And if in the future we adjust the Constitution and add a 6th board member again, then the staff advisor would be able to be the tiebreaker vote in case we need that. But that does not apply for this year. So now we are swearing you in, Samuel.
I suppose so. I, Samuel Sharp, promise to uphold the Constitution of the California High School Transit Alliance and support the goals of California's youth transit riders.
All right. We still do not have.
It is 9:01 p.m.
Enzo.
Where in the world is Enzo Wu?
I guess we'll proceed to item number 8, which is reports and comments from board members. If any board members want to report or comment.
Do any board members wish to comment or make any report?
If no one wishes to make a comment or a report, I can make a comment/report. So specifically for the SF Bay Area, summer is coming up. In Contra Costa County, both transit agencies, WestCat and County Connection, will be offering free rides to all youth riders. you don't need an ID or youth clipper card if I'm correct. Uh, I'm not exactly sure on the dates, but it's from June to August. You'll be able to just try it out and ride, uh, which is similar to SFMTA's permanent free rides program. And other agencies have their free, not their free, their all summer youth passes on sale.
And if I can add, yes, Dane.
I would actually like to add that I am looking at trying to start more clubs and branches and more schools instead of just sprawling out physically, which is already a good thing. We should keep doing that. But at least for San Diego, partnering with organizations like Ride SD, we can start getting clubs going a lot quicker, and we could get like maybe even a dozen clubs within just a few months if we took that course of action. I think that's something I'd like to pursue.
And adding on to that, there are certainly several, specifically for San Diego Unified bylaws, and I assume it's the same for most larger districts. School clubs are absolutely able to, per, I believe, Administrative Procedure 6240, school student organizations are absolutely able to receive outside support from community-based organizations, and so a partnership between the California High School Transit Alliance and an established local nonprofit, or even just CalHSTA directly sponsoring a lot of those local clubs, I think would be very valuable if that's something we wanted to bring to the board in the in a future meeting.
Yeah,
Yes, I like the world.
I think it's very important for us to support clubs and help them start up.
I know we have at least a few people in our Discord server who have the the rather passive aggressively named manifesting making a transit club role. And I definitely would like to see all of those clubs become real transit clubs, because I think just the more bases of support we can get at various schools, the students at those schools will be a lot better at understanding the needs of that particular school than we are. Like at San Diego High, our primary concerns regarding transit are likely things related to how do you get people to understand the transit that's around them? Whereas if you're dealing with, say, a school where there's only really a single core bus route, like a downtown connector, a school like Morse, I believe, is Route 12 Skyline, and being able to get get a handle on the unique needs of students at those schools and saying, hey, maybe here the primary issues like this bus should have extra school trips or something, and being able to put the alliance behind that and say this is something that would help students here and we want to see it happen.
Do we have any more comments or reports from board members?
Yes.
Ben?
Yeah, I just wanted to express like a question about how we'll go about like growing this alliance in the future. It seems like all of the current connections that we made were like word of mouth or like direct like friends. So I was wondering if there'd be a way to like look through like various like school websites, like club listings, and email their directors, or like try to publicize their website more to try to accumulate more members. Because I think that's a good goal of the organization, like spread our reach and our purview over like more.
Yeah, absolutely. So right now, Dan, I'll get to you in a second, but right now we have our website, calhstatransit.org, and that has a join page, but it's a very text-heavy page, and I wonder if maybe like a banner, a social media campaign that was like a dedicated interested in transit, join the alliance creative might be helpful for that. Dane?
Excuse me, I had a technical error.
Okay.
So on that note, I think we should have some goal setting going on where we kind of get down some goals of like how much we want to grow, like how many clubs do we want to have by a certain time frame? Do we need to hit those goals? No, but I think having a roadmap for the future could be beneficial. And then also having some like angles we can take this at, like guidelines, for instance. You can reach out to local organizations and encourage people to do that and provide resources for what organizations are in their area or how to find them. And I think in the long term, once we get enough members, we should try and look at local or state news about this organization, so people who may not be able to, I don't know, hear about it as easily would be able to see it.
Mm-hmm. I think, yeah, absolutely. I think media attention is something that can happen from day one. Um,
We, if I might know, already have the Mass Transit magazine
Covered our
article.
launch press release, and so I think committing to having the secretary put out more frequent and more significant press releases for the accomplishments of our local clubs would be good. One, for club member morale, saying like, hey, if you did a cool thing, we would very much like to recognize it. But also be for getting our name out in more industry places. But I think what Dane is referring to is more so general media local news, which kind of requires a position in that particular community.
Yeah, it would need to be a longer term goal, like once we end up growing. But in the short term, we just need some sort of roadmap for growth, I think.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's certainly communities where it probably could go for some local media attention right now. Like we did a Caver Metro and which is the San Diego High School Transit Club, and the San Diego High School Climate Club teamed up about a year and a half ago now, 2 years ago. I am terrible with time. To host a Youth Opportunity Pass press conference, as well as put some Caver Metro people on local TV talking about the then new Youth Opportunity Pass program. And so I think there's definitely regions where we can reach local media right now, but we should definitely set long-term club expansion goals before we start having a local earned media roadmap.
Um,
Agreed.
this summer, I do want to work with board members to set like a roadmap or year-wide agenda as to how we can achieve goals such as expanding the alliance and expanding media coverage, and probably working on different projects with even local clubs.
Mm-hmm. I do want to point out Enzo is here now. We should circle back to item 6, I believe.
Ben, could we have one more roll call?
Of everyone?
I think
Yeah.
if you just, yeah.
All right. Sure. Okay. So, Samuel Sharp,
Present.
David Rabinovich,
Present.
Harvey Chang,
Present.
Enzo Wu,
Present.
Dane Coolbreath,
Present.
and Ben Menjifico. I am present.
Okay, to loop back, we have item number 6, which was the CalHSTA board elections and swearing in new board members. So we have our secretary, Enzo Wu. So we'll do the swearing in process. So we have the oath on the slides once you're ready.
So I just say the thing on screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
And under the dash lines is just your name.
Right. Do
Yeah,
not say
okay.
I dash dash dash
Yeah,
dash.
yeah. Of course, yeah. I, Enzo Wu, promise to uphold the Constitution of the California High School Transit Alliance and support the goals of California's youth transit riders.
All right. Let's return to item number 8. So we have item number 8B. So we have Samuel Sharp, the board president, who is retiring, though he will come back as staff advisor next year. So
Retiring is a very, very relative term here, David.
all right. Do we have any more reports and comments from board members?
No, doesn't seem like it.
Okay.
I have a quick comment.
Yes.
Congratulations, Samuel Sharp, for graduating.
Thank you.
This guy's an old guy now.
David keeps sending me the Club Penguin over 18, and it's like a walker. I'm not even 18 yet.
You're
Is this
practically there. You've graduated high school. You're
this
no longer a high school
penguin in a
student.
with like a walker?
You're out there in the real world now.
Real world also a relative term here, Dane. But yes, thank you
Okay.
all.
Time is relative too.
It's been an honor. Congratulations to all of you on your new positions. Enzo, we're of course recording the meeting. We'll post it to the site. I would encourage you to go back, watch the end of your presentation deliberations and such. Let us know if you have any questions. With
Yeah,
that,
will do. Thank you.
seeing no other objections, comments, questions, confusions from the board, it is 9:12 p.m. and the first California High School Transit Alliance board meeting is adjourned. I feel like I should have a I feel like I should have a gavel or something. Let's take the MTS mug. Let's set it down. There we go. Adjourned. Thank you all.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Everyone.
Thank you.
And when is the next meeting?
The next meeting should be about in approximately a month. The board, the Constitution lays out for monthly meetings. We'll try and find a direct, exact date that works, and
We'll figure it out sometime in
announce
June.
that on the it will be sometime next month. We do want to keep a fairly regular cadence, but we also, of course, want to accommodate everyone's schedules, especially early on when it's vital that people are here. So we'll. I guess David, because I'm not on the board anymore. I'm a humble advisor now. We'll reach out, planning with the next meeting date.
Okay, let's try and get that done as soon as possible, though.
Yeah, for sure. All right.
All right, then.
Thank you all. I'm going to go ahead and clear the recording, and good night.
Good night.
Good night.